Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indra Yulianti. I will review 4 material in semantic lesson. The first material is dimension of meaning. Dimension of meaning is any expression that has a relation between the utteran and the thing or person that being referenced in a language. Anything meaningful in a language is a linguistic expression. Linguistic expression may be of various lengths. We recognize 3 units of meaning: morpheme, or which may be less than a word, lexeme, or roughly a word, and idiom and sentence. The second material is sentence meaning. Have 2 points are obvious. First, the meaning of sentence derives from the meaning of its constituent lexeme and from the grammatical meaning in contents. So, if you know all the lexical and grammatical meaning expressed in a sentence, you know the meaning of the sentence and vice versa. Second, at least if the sentence is a statement, if you know the meaning of sentence, you know what conditions are necessary in the word for the sentence to be true. We recognize several kind of meaning. Some piece of language refer to something real or fictitious outside of language. Any such linguistic form is a referring expression, and what is refers to is its reference. Some linguistic form make comment about reference. These are predicate. In addition, there are grammatical meaning expressed by bound morpheme or affixes, by function word, and by arrangement of word in a sentence. Referring expression and predicate have lexical meaning, while grammatical have grammatical morpheme and function word express grammatical meaning. The totality of lexeme in the language constitute the lexicon of the language, and all the lexeme that one individual know are his or her personal lexeme. Any meaningful piece of language is a language from a minimal linguistic for as a morpheme, which may be a free from or a bound from or an affix. In a sentence, certain for have reference and other from make predication about them. The minimal form that can have reference or can predicate is a lexeme, a set of words with grammatical affixes is a single lexeme. A non-minimal form with a single meaning is a single lexeme and idiom. The third material is the ideas about meaning. Aspect of speaker semantic knowledge. The first speaker know in a general way whether something is or is not meaningful when their language. For example, speaker of English can tell which of the following are meaningful in English. The second is speaker of a language generally agree as to when two sentences have essentially the same meaning and when they do not. The third speaker generally agree when two words have essentially the same meaning in a given context. In each sentence below, one word is underlined. Following the sentence is a group of words, one of which can replace the underlined word without changing the meaning of the sentence. For each speaker recognize when the meaning of one sentence contradicts another sentence. The sentence below are all about the same person, but two of them are related in such a way that if one is true, the other must be false. Six is speakers generally agree when two words have opposite meaning in a given context. Six is synonym and antonym have to have some common element of meaning in order to be respectively the same or different. What can have some element of meaning without being synonymous or antonymous. For example, we should all agree that in each of the following group of words, seven is some sentences have double meaning. They can be interpreted in two ways. Speakers are aware of this fact because they appreciate job which depend on two-way interpretation. 8 is speaker know how language is used when people interact. If one person asks a question or make a remark, there are various possible answers to the question or replies one make to the reward. 9 is speakers are aware that two statements may be related in such a way that if one is true, the other must also be true. 10 is speakers know that the message conveyed in one sentence may presuppose other piece of knowledge. For instance, is accept is true. The fourth, the last material is semantic change. Semantic extension or broadening. A change in meaning extent is a symptom that occurs in a word or lexeme which first only has a meaning, but then due to various factors, it has other meaning. For example, in the word brother, at first it only means like or sikandung. Then the meaning developed the anyone who is like blood. Semantic reduction or narrowing, meaning narrowing is that something that occur in a word that initially has a fairly broad meaning, then change to be limited to just one meaning. For example, the English word voyage sailing originally mean touring, or this meaning still exists in French. Semantic elevation or amelioration in linguistics Amelioration is the upgradation as when a word with a negative sense since develop a positive one. Also called melioration or elevation. Amelioration is less common than the opposite historical process called pejoration. A few examples of semantic change are discussed below. Amelioration. Amelioration is a type of semantic change that happen when a word meaning improve or become more positive over time. Semantic degradation. Pejoration. Pejoration is a category or of semantic change, the presence of a substantial number of classification of semantic change that have been ad, ad, advanced in the history of linguistics is due to the analysis of alteration based their classificatory frame on this foundation. Some students of the diachronic semantic employ sociological, axiological, orology based standpoint, whereas other adopt historical, linguistic, or psychological perspective in the formulation of classificatory scheme. Okay, the last for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.